Nishan Chauhan and I am taking a class on course given by Rice University. The class is titled Interactive Programming in Python. This week I will discuss about if, elif, else statement and also teach you how to create functions. Over here I have made 5 Python programs that will cover our week 1 material. I will explain every example one by one, so let's go to our first example. In first example, we will learn the use of if-else statement. This example takes an integer and gives its absolute value. The if condition over here checks whether the integer is less than 0. If yes, it will make it absolute by line this. Else, if the integer is already greater than 0, it will print the integer as it is. So now let's run the program in Python shell. We will check for -3. As we can see, the absolute value of -3 is 3. Now let's proceed to example 2. In this example, we will learn the use of if, elif, else statement. Over here, I am taking a list named course. Now, what is list? List is a mutable sequence of data structure. You can learn more about lists by visiting www.python.org. In this example, we will check what the user enters. If he enters course era, you will take course era will be printed on the screen. If the user enters edx, you take edx will be printed on the screen. If the user enters udacity, you take udacity will be printed on the screen. Now, if the user enter anything else above Coursera, edx, udacity, invalid response will be printed on the screen. Now let's run our program. Note, the string entered should be enclosed in quotes. As we can see, you take Coursera is printed on the screen. Now let's again run our example. But now let's enter anything else. Example, let's enter hello. As we can see, invalid response is printed. I think now you have understood the above example. Now let's proceed to example 3. In this example, we will learn about break and continue statements. What is a break statement? Well, break statement is used to jump out of the closest loop. What is a continue statement? Continue statement is used to jump to the header of the closest and closing loop. In this example, we will use a while loop. The variable x is used to store a string of at least 3 characters or q to quit the program. If x equals to q, the program will exit. Or if length of x is less than 3, string is too small is printed. Continue statement passes again control to the loop. If length of x is greater than 3, a string of sufficient length is printed. Program will keep on running until the user enters Q, by which it will come out of the loop. Now let's run our program. If we enter which is of length 2, string is too small is printed. If we enter hello, string is of sufficient length is printed. We will enter Q to exit through the loop. I think now you have understood the problem. Now let's proceed to example 4. In this example, we will learn what is a function, how to create a function, and how to call a function. This is a simple example of the power of 2. The keyword def is used to define a function. Power is the name of a function. Return statement is used to return the value. This example prints 4 as 2 to the power of 2 is 4. But we can also use this function for calculating other values 2 to the power of, like 2 to the power of 4 is 16. 2 to the power of 5 is 32. 2 to the power of 6 is 64, and so on. The value 16, 32 and 64 are the values which are returned by the function power. I think now you have understood the example. Now let's proceed to our last example, that is example 5. This is an example of function with no return values. The keyword type is used to tell the data type of the object. We have defined function name as data type, which takes a value and tells us whether it is an integer or a string. Now let's run our program. Since 3 is an integer, this integer is printed on the screen. Now let's take data type hello. Since hello is a string, this is a string is printed on the screen. Now let's take data type 4.3. Since 4.3 is neither an integer nor a string, this is neither int nor string is printed on the screen. So now I think you have understood if, else statement, functions, how to create a function, how to call a function, This covers our week 1 material. See you next week. This was week 1 of interactive programming in Python.